Everything is all about balance, and I think sometimes we think that we can't have it all, but I'm here to tell you, as you reinvent yourself and you want to become your healthiest, your hottest, happiest self, that you can actually have it all. And I'm the one that's going to be showing you how you can have it all. If you can have it all, balance is so necessary and so key. Enjoying your indulgences without feeling guilty. Drop your comments and your questions below, because this is the year that you get all the answers and you put yourself first, period. This is the year where your entire friend group either wants to join you in reinventing yourself, or you're just out of the group. Because at the end of the day, if we are not on our way up, I'm not trying to be surrounded by people who don't want to be on the way up of feeling healthy, happy, hot. What? There's no way. You're meant to explore. You're meant to just put yourself out there. You're meant to be on a yacht shaking your butt. Because why not? It's huge. Hello, my loves. Welcome back for another insightful video. I know we all love going on vacation. Today, I'm going to be providing you with 6 quick tips that are actually so effortless while traveling. So you stay snatched, you feel good in your body. Honestly, you would get to enjoy your trip to the fullest and come back still feeling relaxed and rejuvenated. My name is Shenese. I create content on becoming your own dream girl while reinventing yourself. If that sounds like that's the journey that you're on this year, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and along the way, hit that like button. Guys, I just wanted to show you, look how big this hat is. What do y'all think about my hat? Now let's get into the video. I have been in the fitness industry for over 9 years now, and it's honestly taken some time for me to get consistent with my routine, especially when I'm traveling. Along the way, as you start to take care of yourself, you become a lot more aware of your gut issues, your sensitivities, and when you're feeling off. And I think it's important, just as much as we want to be on vacation enjoying ourselves, we also want to be feeling good when we wake up in the morning, and we don't want to feel bloated, tired, groggy, hungover, just all the negative side effects. So I wanted to provide you with 6 beneficial, essential tips that are going to be so easy and sustainable in your day-to-day life and when you go on vacation. I just came back from visiting Chicago. I was in Chicago for about 5 days. So I'm going to be taking you through a little bit of what I did throughout my Chicago trip. And then I will eventually post my Chicago vlog. So definitely look out for that. Starting off with number 1 is going to be planning out your restaurants. I'm a foodie, and I know people will judge me based on my body and think I eat salads. I don't like salads. I like meat. I love me some tacos. I love burritos. I love burgers. I love steak. I love meat. I love going out to restaurants, and especially when I'm in a new city, I love to try out high-end restaurants, creative restaurants. Restaurants with a good ambiance, but most importantly, a restaurant with a really good menu so I can choose a bunch of items. Now, when I'm traveling, I don't eat out all day, and even if I was at an all-inclusive resort, I want to make sure that I'm choosing the best foods. Tip number 1 within your foods and your restaurants is going to be just start your day clean. Start your day with something refreshing that is going to provide energy for you and not actually make you feel bloated and tired the minute you wake up. And usually sugars and heavy carbs are going to make you feel so sluggish, slow, and tired first thing in the morning. When I got to Chicago, I already knew that I was going for a hot girl walk every single morning. And after my walk, just like at home, I like to have protein. Originally, I was gonna get a latte, but then I saw that after the walk, Starbucks in Chicago had a protein shake, and it's a plant-based protein shake, which I love because plant-based is better. Dairy, we don't do dairy, and it's made with almond milk, and a protein blend of like brown rice protein, pea protein, chickpea protein. This is the shit. I like to start my day with protein. So I ended up at Starbucks every single morning and realized that Starbucks in Chicago must be all over the States. They have protein shakes. We don't have that here yet. We do not have the protein shakes, and they have a vanilla bean flavor and the chocolate flavor.
Good morning.
Good morning. I'm actually gonna get the chocolate one. It was so good.
Nice seeing you guys again. I think I've seen you guys yesterday, right?
Yeah.
Nice seeing you guys.
This was actually really good.
I think this is the one that you got yesterday.
Yeah, it was. I just kept going for the chocolate. I eventually tried the vanilla bean. They were lactose free, made with pea protein, gluten free and dairy free, and it was high in protein. So it provided a good balance for my morning, and that was my first thing that I had in the morning. So starting off my morning with quality nutrients really helped as I transitioned throughout the day while I wanted to eat at other restaurants. Also, the minute I got off the plane, I was staying in a hotel. Most of the times when I have traveled, I've stayed in Airbnb so I can actually cook some of my food because I just don't like feeling bloated throughout the day. So I bought an air fryer at Target. I did, prior to my trip, call the hotel and email them asking if they had a microwave, and lost in translation, they said they did, but they didn't when I arrived. So I got an air fryer, and I had brought meals. I had brought pre-made meals on my trip so that we had food in the fridge just in case we were just randomly hungry, because you do get hungry throughout the day, and I didn't really want to find myself just eating just anything. I like to search for restaurants that are just quality ingredients, so I would rather have one meal that I can control, and then when I go out to restaurants for lunch and dinner, then I would modify off of those meals. Usually when I'm out, I like to ask for no salt added to my meals, no additional salt added to my meals, and no additional oils, and light oil, like cook my food in light oil. I don't want a greasy plate. I don't want a greasy burger. I don't want anything that's greasy, because especially in restaurants, they already contain a high amount of calories, sodium, and fats that you just need to make sure that you're trying to modify as much as you can with your food. I also get a lot of my dressings on the side, and it's a choice. So the dressings are going to have way more calories, and usually that's what's going to make you feel a lot more tired and sluggish throughout your trip. So usually I'll start off with my cleaner restaurants at the beginning of my trip, and then as we get closer to the end of the trip, then I will get into like my French toast, my pancakes with a lot of maple syrup and whipped cream and all the shebangs. But you want to be really strategic with your food when you start your trip. And you do not have to bring your own food from home. You can always find like a meal prep service in the city or country that you're visiting, and usually you can find like healthier alternatives. I would recommend finding healthier alternatives, especially if your goal is to look a certain way. Like, I like to take a lot of pictures while I'm away. I don't like to filter any of my photos or edit my body. So I am coming to have my same goals while having fun, while I try new things and visit a city. I think a lot of the times when we go to these all-inclusive resorts or we go to new cities, it's just, we honestly forget our manners. We forget our manners, we forget our goals, and we forget if it aligns and reflects with who we want to become. When you're on a trip, it's mostly to like wind down or have fun, but I think sometimes we over abuse the fun part, and then you just wake up winging it versus actually enjoying the trip. You spend a lot of the trip just not feeling well, or you're sluggish, or your clothes no longer fit that you plan to wear. And I know if I just eat too much dairy on the trip, my dresses are not, oh my gosh. By the time I got to the end of the trip, I had so much Italian food, dairy and gluten. We ate a lot of pastas and pizzas at the closer to the end, and my stomach, like the clothes no longer fit, and I was like, okay, from now on I'm gonna make sure that I have baggy clothes or like a baggy sweater closer to the end of my trip, to the like going home, because by the time I got to the end, my stomach was just protruding and the clothes no longer looked that sexy on, and I was just not in the mood anymore for any pictures, because I was like, the stomach is is the stomach is stomaching. Number 2 is going to be your daily movements and steps. Now, I know you want to enjoy your trip, and so do I. I didn't work out during my trip to Chicago. However, I did get up every single morning to enjoy the river walk and the sunshine and just move my body. I made it a goal that every morning I would get about 6,000 to 8,000 steps while vlogging. Hello, beautiful people. First day in Chicago. We are starting off with a morning walk. We forgot the sunglasses because I didn't think it was this sunny. Dressed, getting in some steps, staying hydrated, and yeah, let's take on the city. And I took my partner with me on most mornings. Some mornings he was just like, my legs are done. Like, my legs were so tired, but I knew if I moved my body, I would be able to eat the food and enjoy it without it sitting on my body. Good morning. I just finished my run. I'm on my way to have an amazing day. Because if you don't move, and a lot of the time you're like walking slowly, or you're just going from here to here, or Ubering places, being picked up and dropped off, you don't really have to walk that many steps. You will just see that you're eating so much food, you're trying so much food, but your body's not able to burn it. And then you're gonna come back and you're gonna gain like 10 pounds or 20 pounds. You know, after vacation, why are you gaining so much weight? Is because you didn't keep a little bit of your routine from home. You're not supposed to lose your routine. You're supposed to enjoy your routine at home so that when you do go out, you can still have bits of it with you, or else you really didn't like your routine. My partner came back and he told me that he lost 6 pounds when we arrived back home, which was so good because I got him walking every single day. And we walked for about 40 minutes. Sometimes I did go for a run, but my partner doesn't run. So I was running and he was vlogging me. And then after that, yeah, I had my protein shake right after. So choosing healthy options straight away in the morning. Also, not much of a drinker, but getting up in the morning, you can sleep in, but on vacation, I don't really like to sleep in, especially if it's a city versus a resort. I would rather explore the city and rest on the resort. So like sleep in if it's a resort and get up and move my body because I'm curious. In cities, I want to see what's going on. Like when I visit New York, I want to see what's going on. And I start at like 8 a.m. I start getting ready, and then by 9:30, I'm like, okay, let's go do this. Let's go quickly move our body. But you need to just move your body and aim, and always have a target of the steps that you want to have per day while you're on vacation. Like if you have no goals while you're on vacation, you're just gonna get up and wing it, and have your friends and family that don't want to do it. Man, you just got to do it for yourself. Because at the end of the day, like as long as I'm feeling sexy and healthy in my body, I don't really care if you want to join me or not, because I know how I want to feel. And if you don't want to feel that way, you want to stay in your laziness, you can stay there. I know that I want to get up. I'm going to be the hottest thing walking around because I'm taking time out to put into my goals while I'm on vacation. I was committed to it. I'm just committed to it. You got to just be committed to it because you know how you want to feel, you know how you want to look, and you just want to help the process. Number 3 that's going to really help you out is staying hydrated. Oh, I can't tell you how important this is. You need to flush the sodium, especially in the foods that you're trying, because when you get off your routine, like I consistently clean, and then I have cheat meals and date nights every so often throughout the week, 1 to 2 times a week. When you're on vacation, you don't really have control of cooking your food or what goes into your food. So your body will just immediately start to hold sodium and water. And so once that happens, you're going to have a lot of water weight. And then that water weight can also make you really slow and sluggish. So it's really important to stay hydrated, and just being in the sun or moving around, you're exploring, is going to make you dehydrated as well. So I would say drink a lot of water. When I do travel to cities, I like to go to any grocery store and get myself and my partner some water. So we get like jugs of water, and we also carry my shaker cup, or we just always have cups on hand that you can just constantly drink water. The minute we go to bed, we're drinking water, even if it was a party night. And when we wake up in the morning, we're drinking water, because you know, you wake up in the morning, you're thirsty, right? at some point the hotel water is going to run out and it's just not enough. We drink a lot of water, so I think we had like 4 liters, or we had like gallons that lasted us 5 days. Definitely have your water on hand. I like to travel with my fat burner. That's the first thing I have in the morning. I have been using this fat burner for the last 2 years. I'll link it in the description, and then don't forget to use my code Shen, SHEN, to save some dollars. And my favorite flavor is pink lemonade. I'm more of like a sour tangy girl, but they have really good flavors for this fat burner. Every single morning, whether I'm on vacation or not, I have this. It just helps keep my body fat really low. It helped keep me in shape while I was away. After that, then I'll have my greens powder. I always carry these things in the packet, or also they have travel size packages, so that's pretty good, or I just put it in a sandwich bag. But these are like my mandatory staples. If I hadn't had my glutamine at first thing in the morning, then I'm gonna have my glutamine before bed. That's just gonna help with your immune system, your gut health, your digestive system. When you've had a lot of food and you've had a lot of drinks and you're just not feeling that well, reset the system. I love glutamine and water, so these are certain things that are non-negotiable. I always travel with them, and it's safe to travel with them. And sometimes I do bring backup protein powder, but I was really shocked that Chicago Starbucks had a protein drink already, so that was a win. I saw that in the States a lot of people were ordering Starbucks, but a lot of the frappuccinos and the sugary tea drinks. And let me tell you something right now. I don't know, like I mentioned this before in another video, I don't know where you guys get all that money from, but the amount of sugar in those drinks, and you guys are just adding like triple cream, triple sugar, like all this sugar and cream and dairy, like girl, like what? We need to pull it back. Okay, those are drinks that I have once in a while, like once every 2 weeks or once a month. I actually haven't had like a frappuccino or any like of those drinks, anything special from Starbucks in a while, or any other drinks from any other store. Like I used to get McFlurries all the time, haven't had those. Used to go to Dairy Queen all the time, haven't gone there. It's just like when you're on vacation, don't put yourself in that position to have your stomach turning and not feeling that great. Hydration is key so that you can constantly flush those foods, the sodium, the ingredients out while you're moving around and getting in your steps. Number 4, you don't need to always be consuming alcohol or sugar. It's all about balance. You also want to have fun. Listen. I used to be a wild child, and I'm not sure if it's just because I really enjoy making videos and taking pictures. I also want to document this moment of having fun, but not over consuming where I'm just out of character. I know sometimes when we drink, we can get out of character. I know sometimes when you have a lot of sugar, you can get really tired. If you get really tired, you end up feeling sleepy and sluggish, and then it's just coasting from there. I want to see life. I want to have a lot of energy as well. So I balance out my drinks and I balance out my sugar. On the Chicago trip, I did not have sugar, surprisingly, my first time ever. Usually I'll end up at a Target getting a lot of treats and cereals that we don't have in Canada, and I like to bring them back home and fill my luggage with like all these chocolate bars that we don't have, all these cereals that we don't have. I also really love ordering dessert. I love it. I love trying dessert from every restaurant. And I used to be a girl that used to order dessert first until I met my high value man, and he was just like, girl, no. You gotta order and you gotta start with an appetizer and you can wait for dessert. And I was like, okay. I just try to make sure I balance my meals. Man, he likes to drink, so I'll let him drink, and sometimes I'm just the one ordering like a hot water with lemon. Unfortunately, I'm like the granny, but girl, when it's time to turn up, I'm there. I'm actually pretty fun while I'm sober. And I just don't really like a hangover. I don't like waking up tired. I don't like waking up with bags under my eyes or just not feeling great. I don't like it. I don't like the feeling. And I think for me, if I don't like something, I'm not going to keep going back to it. I always tell people it's like a toxic relationship. You keep going back to it. You keep going back to it because it's familiar. In the moment, like, I'm like, hey babe, like, I love you so much, but I know it's toxic. And I had to cut myself off from a lot of things that were toxic that I kept going back to. Some of it becomes an addiction because of the adrenaline rush, what it makes you feel like in the moment. And I like to be like that classic girl with one glass of wine or champagne, you know, a little buzz, but not too much where I'm like, you'll never catch me barefoot. I'm in 5-inch or 6-inch heels. I love Louboutins. You will not catch me barefoot. Like, I will always carry backup sandals or something nice to change out of, but you will never catch me barefoot. Or my man just has to pick me up, or like, it's just time to go. I don't suggest or recommend anybody, any woman outside barefoot. Like, that just does not look that great. You could be stepping on people's spit. You could be stepping on the homeless pee. You could be stepping on so many things. And I'm just like, no, that is not going to be me. If I can't walk straight, honey, when I'm a little bit buzzed, I'm giving you a catwalk because I want you to see these legs. My legs are so long. My torso is so short, but I want you to see my legs for sure. Okay. And I think it's just the way you carry yourself. If you know that you get out of character and you're just going to wake up hungover, or some people are just really aggressive people when they drink, just don't put yourself in that predicament. Don't put yourself in that situation. Carry yourself differently and make those choices where it's a choice if you want to drink. How do I deal with other people drinking around me and how they make me feel? I make my own choices for me, and you kind of have to have that mindset like, I know my boundaries. I know how to say no. I think a lot of my friends were really surprised when I would say no, but it's a choice, and your life is all about your own choices, not about the other people. And oftentimes we can just over please people by bending our boundaries, by bending what doesn't work for us. And then we end up compromising just for them. I'm not compromising my goals for you, babe, because when I wake up in the morning and I'm going outside and I feel great and you're with the sunglasses just not feeling that good, that's because of your own choices. And I feel great because of my own choices. I drink when I want to. I do what I want when I want to because I'm me. I'm doing it for me. You need to carry yourself in that mindset that you do what you want when you want. Like, I drive most places on top of that because I like to leave when I want to. So most times I'm just like not drinking because I'm driving. You just have to make that choice. Like, if people don't accept you for who you are, I'm not bending for you, babe. You're just not my person. You're not my people's. I go out with a lot of people and I let them do what they want. I don't judge them if they want to drink. You just need to know what works for you. Mind your business. Mind your business. And the sugary alcohol drinks, just try and keep that to a minimum. I prefer some wine or champagne, or my partner pretty much only drinks Diet Coke and vodka. Just keep it to like low calorie drinks. Just keep it to a minimum. Those sugary drinks, maybe one, but not entirely on your trip. Just plan those days. Plan those days out. Space those days out. So say you had like one of those fruity alcohol drinks on Monday, space that out till like Wednesday or Thursday, and in between just keep it like no sugar alcohol or no sugar drinks, and then after that Thursday it's like bam, let's go again. But you just need to space it out. It's not like you're limited, just strategically plan how you want to have your alcohol and sugar. If I'm having sugar, it's usually at the end of the day. And if I'm going out for brunch, I love me pancakes and French toast closer to the end of the trip, just because I don't want to be too bloated. And I know immediately I'm going to feel bloated. Maybe at the beginning of the trip, but if you know that you have sugar cravings, it's best to just try and fight those temptations until closer to the end of the trip. And usually if you've planned out your restaurants and you've planned out where you want to eat at, you're going to look forward to eating there once you get there. Your body won't be so tempted because you've already planned that you're gonna have this meal. Like, I'll go on TikTok or on Google and I'll look for the best brunch spots, and I'm looking for the best pancakes, the best French toast. I wanna have it all because why not? So my body usually looks forward to that meal. Number 5 is going to be probiotics or digestive enzyme. This is a must in my everyday life. It's a staple. I always carry my probiotics with me. Again, the link is going to be below, and this is the only brand that I have been using for the last 2 years. I'm solid, loyal to this brand because it works. I am a result of the brand that I'm using. I use this probiotic at least every morning or before my heavy carb, sugary, oily, fatty meals because it will help break down the foods that your body cannot break down. I always carry a probiotic with me on every trip. It's going to help break down the food that your body cannot digest. And if your body cannot digest the food, you're going to be feeling, again, slow, sluggish, bloated, gassy, constipated. Babe, when I had the Italian food, I did not smell great. And thank God that it was just lasted one night, but I already knew the next morning, I need to get back on my routine. I need to go and eat clean and just like keep away from the dairy because I was not feeling good. But at least my body was able to break it down and it didn't linger too long. Probiotics really help levels out your gut health, your immune system, any sensitivities that you have. I preferably don't eat gluten or dairy. However, it's not something that I'm heavily or overly sensitive to, but my body will react a few hours after breaking it down. So I only have it at like one meal, not my entire trip. And at home, I don't have it in my house. So it's usually only when I head out to restaurants. But you know, sometimes you guys are just eating all of these things that don't work for you and actually make you feel this way, and you keep eating it. You keep eating it anyways, and then you get breakouts on your face. Some of you guys are eating a lot of dairy and you can tell. When I can see that people have like breakouts on their face, I'm like, you're probably eating things that you shouldn't be, or you're just eating it too often, and it's a result of having it on your face. Like, you can definitely see that you need to change up your nutrition plan. Just don't eat it that often. Your body cannot handle it, so stop eating it so often. Number 6 is going to be bring snacks. So what really helps me on my vacation is just bringing some snacks from home. I really enjoy Smart Sweets. My partner enjoys protein bars. I don't like protein bars. They bloat me immediately. Or just finding healthy snacks and treats that are pre-made where you're going. So I'll always look for certain new restaurants to try. And outside of my indulging, I want to always look for also alternatives. Having snacks on hand is going to be great. I always start my trip at a local grocery store, especially in the bigger cities where I can actually like look at what they have. In America, they have so many options. They have everything that we don't. Like, you guys, I'm moving to America one day. But you guys have everything that we don't have, so it's so nice to just walk and explore. We used to have a Target. They took it away from us because nobody was using it, and now I wish I was using it. Always carry snacks with you. I always just have food and snacks with me just in case I get hungry in between moving around. I don't want to be eating at restaurants and stopping at different stores. Like, honestly, I do like to go shopping when I'm out and about, but that means like I don't want to be spending money if I don't have to on food. Like, I like to spend money on good food. I don't like to spend money on just like temporary satisfying food in the moment. I like to make sure it was something that I was looking forward to. I'm gonna spend money on some food, but I'm not spending money on nothing that's doing anything for me other than satisfy me in the moment. No, I'd rather have like a cleaner meal, just something that's not gonna upset my stomach while I'm waiting for my lunch or waiting for my dinner. So I always carry snacks on hand with me every time, or I'll just have my pre-made healthy meals that were pre-cooked that I froze, and then I brought it and I put it into the fridge because every hotel has a fridge. And then if you're staying in an Airbnb, like, you have no excuse to just fill up the fridge with all of the healthier items that you like. So that way, when you come back from like partying or drinking and you're hungry, you have like healthy snacks, healthy chips, healthy indulges that are not gonna mess you up for the morning to come. Everything is all about balance. And I think sometimes we think that we can't have it all, but I'm here to tell you, as you reinvent yourself and you wanna become your healthiest, your hottest, happiest self, that you can actually have it all. If you like this kind of content, don't forget to hit that like button, that subscribe button, and send it to your girls, because I know you guys are planning for your vacation. You can have it all. Balance is so necessary and so key. Enjoying your indulgences without feeling guilty. Drop your comments and your questions below, because this is the year that you get all the answers and you put yourself first. Period. This is the year where your entire friend group either wants to join you in reinventing yourself, or you're just out of the group. Because at the end of the day, if we are not on our way up, I'm not trying to be surrounded by people who don't want to be on the way up of feeling healthy, happy, hot. What? There's no way that I'm just going to be on the back burner of that option or that goal. Because no. Life is meant to be lived with energy. You're meant to explore. You're meant to just put yourself out there. You're meant to be on a yacht shaking your butt, because why not? If you have any questions, drop them below. I hope I provided you with a lot of tips. Obviously, these tips are going to change your life. when you do go on vacation, because I know some of my girlies mentioned in the comments that they plan some trips, definitely come back to this video or come onto any of the videos and let me know how it went. And these tips you can also use in your day-to-day life. And the whole goal is to be along this journey with you as you reinvent yourself. I'll see you guys in the next one. I love having you here. And now I seen this hat on Pinterest and I had to get it. It's from Fashion Nova. I'm gonna find the link and then I'll drop it below. I think Fashion Nova needs to sponsor me because my entire wardrobe is pretty much from Fashion Nova. If you guys would like a video of where I get my clothes from, where I like to shop, maybe a peekaboo at a few outfits in my closet and the brands that I recommend, then definitely comment below because I like to shop at affordable finds but really good quality fits that look good. I don't like to look cheap, but I do like to look put together.